Well, I had one of my YouTube subscribers ask me if I'd do an updated review of our Furrion Chill Rooftop RV air conditioner we installed 2 years ago, and it's performed flawlessly. Done a great job. You know, if I was going to do it over again, I'd do the exact same thing. A little recap: this is a 20-year-old Winnebago 38J RV, and 2 years ago my Coleman mock, here's a picture of it, finally got to where it was only giving me maybe about a 10-degree split. It just, the efficiency, compressor or whatever, just finally wore out after 20 years. Now the bedroom air is still running fine, but the one in the living room crapped out. So we got this Furrion unit, a little bit larger, being 15,500 BTU, and it's performed just great. And you can still get them on Amazon, and it was really an easy plug and play setup. And see that they're like, for the 15.5, they're still like a little over $900, but you can get a 13.5 like what came off of it, and they're $871. But if you have a Coleman mock or the what is the other one called? Dometic, I guess. They make these wire harness kits, so it makes it just plug and play. You can plug up to one over the other. And in this video here, I'll link to my old video. It gives you all the details of the install step by step. It's been pretty popular. It's got about 20,000 views on it, so pretty good video. Let me show you how we're going to test this. And let me show you inside the RV today, because I purposely let it get good and warm. It's 89 degrees in here. And let me show you something else on it, because we got this Winnebago 38J. Like at the moment, the bedroom air is on, and I've got some vents sealed off. Well, like particularly, even though the bedroom air is on, normally the cold air from the bedroom would be blowing up front. But I got a little flapper valve I put in here, and I put this little wire in here that opens up that valve that allows the do that, the air rushes to the front. You hear it? That's a little. I took me just a hard piece of plastic, cut it where it fits in that square hole, the channel, just nice and snug. Got me some really strong, thick like carpet tape, and so I taped it to the top, and it kind of creates a hinge effect. So when I pull this little wire I made, when I pull it out, it will close it off. So that way at night when we're sleeping, when the back bedroom air is on, all that air stays in the bedroom. None of the air gets wasted up to the living room, because we don't care, because we're asleep. But none, you know, because you can see here I've got this sealed off with that folder material, those little folders you put in a file cabinet. And then I've sealed them off. I've done the same thing here in the bathroom. Got that one sealed off because I never want cold air in the bathroom. I'm always freezing anyway. So I got those sealed off to get the cold air where I want it to go. Alright, so now my trick is, let me show you how I'm going to do this little test. So I got my little sensors here. So I got this wire sitting here. It's going to catch the ambient air in the room as it's going into the air conditioner. And then I'm going to take this sensor and tuck it up into the vent. So, and I'm going to let it sit in here and run for a good 10 or 15 minutes, let things settle. So we'll see what kind of split we get. So, but you can see we got some good warm temperatures in the RV. And let's check our amp draw when I kick this on. What we got? All right, so at the moment, so I'm turning out some lights. Okay, so I put these in here some years ago. I made these little devices you can buy on Amazon. I made a video on how to do it because I like knowing the amp load on each leg. And so you can see we're on what's kicking in some. You can see at the moment I got a amp draw of 1. 1 amp is pulling on this leg. Now watch when I'm going to turn on the fan first. Hear my thermostat? Alright. The fan alone pulls very little. Let's kick on the compressor, see what kind of amp load we get initially. There it goes. There's our amp load, if you're wondering. So it's probably pulling, we got to always subtract probably at least 1 amp from our current draw. That's not so bad for 15,500 BTU. And I'm gonna let this run for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then we'll see what kind of split we get. Well, it's not been 15 minutes yet, it's only been a couple minutes. I just wanted to show this. So we're already getting a 30-degree split. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Okay, it's been running a while now. You can see the ambient room temperature's down to 74, 42 on the air temp. So over 30-degree split. That's standing. We're doing well, doing well. Alright, well, in closing, I just want to point out to you, check out my original video here where I go step by step showing how to install this, how to remove your old Coleman, replace it with a Furrion. I go over the temperatures before and after. I monitor the sound, amp loads, all kinds of good stuff. I think you'll enjoy. And one thing I like about this design is you're able to use the old thermostat controls. And Furrion makes that little adapter. You can just makes it plug and play. And I would suggest maybe before you change it out, call Coleman, call Furrion, tell them what your original air unit is, if it's a Coleman or another brand, and give them the model number so they can tell you exactly where. There's a picture of it. There was a brief picture of the thermostat box, or the control box, and that way you get to use your old control box. But they make wiring connectors that will adapt Furrion's wiring harness to Coleman's wiring harness, or Duramax, whatever you happen to have. Dometic, not Duramax. So pretty cool setup. Like I said, I really like it. But I go over all the specs, torque settings. I show the temperature, the split. But really happy with its performance. So there you go. Hope you enjoy. But after 2 years, we're really liking this air conditioner. Hope you will too. Thanks for watching, and have yourself a blessed day. See you. Bye.